Well, Greece has been going through a dark financial crisis for years, and as a result, more and more people are having to rent their homes to tourists to bring in a little extra money. Now, that's good news for them, but it is hurting hotel businesses and making it harder for young Greeks to rent a home, especially in the capital, as Charlotte Dubenskij found out.
Millions of tourists are taking advantage of the weak Greek economy for cheap sunny holidays or to take in the sights. But so too are entrepreneurial locals who've found a new source of income.
So I'm in Athens for the night and I need a place to stay, and I'm going to look through the Airbnb website to see what's available.
A quick search reveals dozens of properties close to the main sites, with prices significantly cheaper than the local hotels.
Yes, this is my apartment. I hope you like it.
When I arrive at the Airbnb apartment, I'm welcomed by host Alexia, who shows me around.
I finally took the decision this year because I saw that there is no chance otherwise to make some financial stability in my situation. Although I do have a job currently, but I have accumulated some debts from the past. I had been also unemployed for more than 1 year. It comes around 500 euros per month average, okay?
And she's not the only one subletting her apartment. There are more than 50,000 ads for leasing on Airbnb in Greece, up more than 200% over the last year.
Across the world, 60 million people have already booked accommodation through Airbnb, helping hosts earn a little extra income by renting out rooms or their entire homes. But as the popularity of Airbnb rises, more people are seeing it as being a way of not just earning a little extra cash, but as being a fully fledged business. And here in Athens, that's causing problems.
Some estate agents say the demand for accommodation that can be used for Airbnb now accounts for 60% of their business.
Generally, the owners who has buildings and properties around Acropolis, at walking distance especially, try to Airbnb strictly. They don't want something else, only Airbnb. It's quite a problem for the young people, students especially. They couldn't find something to rent in these areas now.
There are concerns, though, that this could soon push out families who've lived in the historic areas of the city for generations, as more and more people seek to earn a lucrative business from sites like Airbnb. But young Greeks who are struggling accept this is a way to earn a living.
If some people do it as their main income or or even if they do it like business, it's okay for me, as long as they pay the taxes.
For Alexia, Airbnb isn't a business. This is her home. And while she's happy to rent it out to tourists for now, she only has one goal in sight: to pay off her debt.
Well, Charlotte is back with us in Istanbul now. Charlotte, was it difficult to get somebody to go on camera and talk about how they're making money out of Airbnb?
Yes, it was. I mean, I contacted about 20-odd people, and it was just the one host, this was Alexia, who you saw in the report there, who came back to me straight away and said, I'm happy to talk about it, because this is somebody who has a job, she's using this as an extra income, and she's happy to pay her taxes. So I guess she's happy to talk about doing this
Airbnb. She's got nothing to hide.
Nothing to hide at all, and a very nice place to offer.
I mean, the Greeks are well known for, should we say, not paying the full amount in tax, and the Greek government, of course, wants to make money out of this. How are they going to do that?
Well, there are taxes that apply to Airbnb rentals at the moment, so it depends what category the Airbnb rental comes under. Now, there is a rising scale of between 15% and 45%, depending on the value that you bring into your income. But what the Greek government is looking at doing now is creating more of a flat rate steady tax. That would mean if you earn between 0 and 22,000 euros, so about $24,500, you'd pay 22%, so that's higher than the tax threshold is at the moment. So the idea would be to claw more money from people and to earn more money from this Airbnb business, which is certainly lucrative and is increasing all the time. I mean, we look.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Well, we looked today, and there are 50,000 lettings in Greece. In March, there were 30,000. So in 6-7 months, it's a huge jump.
What about the hotels then? How are they putting up with this?
Well, a lot of hotels don't like the idea of Airbnb. It takes away their business, it's cheap accommodation. I mean, tourists who may be coming in happy to spend their euros or their dollars in Athens will want to maybe cut back on some things. Now, for example, if you stayed in one hotel for a night near the Acropolis and the Parthenon, you're talking of maybe $200 a night. This place that I stayed at, the Airbnb, was less than $100 a night, and 8 people could sleep there. So
and that's why the managers love you, Lottie,
you're
isn't it?
talking very, very
You're
cheap.
saving money everywhere. But just quickly, for our international audience, they might want to get in on this and think they can make some money in Athens and elsewhere in Greece. Is it possible?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there are plenty of people that I came across when I was reading their profiles on Airbnb that this was their second home in Athens. They don't live there, unlike Alexia, who lives there and moves out, goes to stay with her boyfriend or her sister when somebody wants to rent out the apartment. There are people who purely have apartments to rent out via Airbnb. And that's what the estate agent was saying to me as well. He was saying 60% of his business now is people coming into his agency saying, I'm looking for an apartment. It must be in the historic city centre. It must be walking distance to the Parthenon, and I want to use it to let out for Airbnb. And then what they do is they use service providers who come in and clean the Airbnb apartment after each guest.
Of course, people always have to do their homework, have to be thorough about that. OK, Charlotte, thanks very much.